Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a story time, as you can read from the title, and it's basically okay. We're just gonna dive into it. We're not gonna have any specifics. So before I start with the story time, I'd like to disclaim something that this story time is in no way meant to offend anybody. I've forgiven these people and hopefully they've forgiven me. This is something that happened to me when I was in high school, and high school for me was very recent, like was last year. So yeah, I'm really excited to get into it. Okay, so basically the story time is my high school career in a nutshell. So basically just the social parts of it, like not the academic parts, just the social. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this part is basically how how do I say this? How I got played. How I got played and how I've always been like a Popeye to these things. So for those of you who know me, like who went to high school with me, y'all know the story like from beginning to end. So I'm just going to like repeat it again because it's a very huge part of how I see certain things now, you know. So okay, so basically, this story is about how my boyfriend and my best friend, did the things behind my back. So I'm not going to give out their real names. So I'm going to use names from Skin Sample. Okay. So it's me, Pretty, and Mapiti. So Pretty and Mapiti are like my best friends. Like they are just like people that I love with my entire heart, you know, in that point in my life. And I trusted them with everything. And at this time, I was dating, let's say his name is Kat. Yeah, Katlo. So Katlo and I started dating mainly because I made the first move, and that sort of just like our relationship sort of developed from that. So I cool. So basically, what had happened was there was a point in time during our relationship where he was like acting weird and whatnot, right? So I was just like, you know what, I put it off to nothing because, he was in grade 11 at the time and I was only in grade 9. So, I just figured that he has like some sort of stress or something, And then my friend Preeti was acting like really weird. She was asking me like if she can have his number, if she can have Kat's number, and I was like, "Why do you want my boyfriend's number?" She's like, just to talk to him, and I'm like, in for me personally, if I'm your friend and you're dating somebody, I only need his number for emergencies, not to just talk to him. So if I don't know where you are and I know that the last person who saw you was him, I'm going to hit him up and be like, "Hey yo, where's my girl? Where's my friend? Like I'm worried about her, so on and so forth." Not for us to have tea time talking. No, no, I don't have to like you, but I also don't have to not like you. I can tolerate you, I can be civil with you because you're dating my girl, and that's where it ends. But clearly this girl does not have any, like there's no boundaries with her, but anyway, swiftly moving along. So she starts acting weird, like commenting, like telling me that, oh, he looks so cute today. Like, why would you tell me that my boyfriend looks cute today? That's my boyfriend, last time I checked, not ours, mine. But anyway, sharp. So fast forward to the actual day that I found out that they were like being sneaky behind my back. So I remember it was a Thursday, and our school, together with other schools, was invited to an athletics meeting that happens like every single first term. It was an athletics meeting. So I wasn't an athlete, guys. You? Oh, no. No. I was there for spirit mainly. Um, and Preeti was there with me as well as Mapiti. So, Sharp, we were part of the spirit team, and he was an athlete. So, Katleho was an athlete, right? So, Sharp, so, we're going about the day. This girl's watching me cheer my boyfriend on. Like, she's just like sitting there, being the supportive, smiling friend. She's like, yes, girl, cheer your man on, and so on and so forth, you know? And I didn't think much of it. I really didn't think much of it until I went to the bathroom. And then let me give this guy a name. So this guy who's been like trying to pursue me for like a minute now. Let's say his name is, no, not that. Let's say his name is Tabo. So Tabo pulls me aside and he's like talking to me, he's being his usual self when he's talking to me. And then he's like, I need to tell you something, by the way. And I'm like, what do you need to tell me? And he's like, it's about your boyfriend and your best friend. And I'm like, what about them? And he was like, they've been behind your back. And I was like, at first I was like, why is he telling me this? He knows that I'm unavailable. He knows that I'm in a relationship. And he's like, I'm not telling you this because I want like things to end between you and him. I'm telling you this because I don't want to see you get hurt and I don't want you to be blindsided. Blindsided, yes. So I go back to the stands and I confront Preeti and I'm like, what's popping between you and my boyfriend? And obviously the excuses come in. She's like, Kofa, we wanted to tell you and so on and so forth. And I was just like, you wanted to tell me, why didn't you tell me? And she's like, no, because he wanted us to wait and so long and so forth. And I'm like, so in my head, I'm thinking, like, like I'm thinking, like I'm trying to process it. And I'm like, okay, so I've been made up of by in this entire situation where he could have just broken up with me and hooked up with her. You didn't have to go through all of those things just to be with her. Like, you didn't have to be. Like, my guy, I would have stood out of your way. I wouldn't even have fought with you. I really wouldn't have. So the fact that he went through all of this just to like, I don't know, was it fun doing that? But anyway, so it's towards the end of the day, the athletes are all sitting in front of their respective schools, right? And this dude is looking up at where me and Pretty are sitting, and he's like winking and blowing kisses and waving. Now I'm thinking like, okay, with this newfound information, he's probably winking and blowing kisses at her right now. So I might as well just look away and mind my own business, right? But anyway, we get on the bus and she tells me, Kofa, I really like him and so on and so forth. And like the last thing I wanted to do was hurt you, which was kind of funny because she's done the same thing before, in primary school. She's done this before. So I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know what to think. So I'm just like, okay, great. What do you want me to do? Right? So I call the next day is Friday. I come to school and I go tell my other friends what's popping, and obviously they mad and they like, you know what, let's go beat her up, so on and so forth. And I'm not a violent person. I'm not a violent person. I've had violent thoughts, but I'm not a violent person. Hey, but anybody can change. Hey, but anyway, um, What's this? So I get to school and like my other friends are like, let's go fight her and so on and so forth. And I was just like, you know what, guys, she's not worth it. She really isn't worth it. And what can you do? What can you do? Right? So they're like, you know what, Hofa, we're here if you need somebody, like, we're here for you. And I was like, of course, guys, I understand that and I appreciate that. And, you know, so break comes, and this dude is obviously still clueless because he hugs me like he normally does, and he's like greeting me like he would normally greet me. Because clearly, Preeti hasn't told this dude anything. So sharp. I was like, what's going on between you and Preeti? And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, dude, don't act stupid. I know. And he's like, look, we wanted to tell you. And I'm like, save me the we wanted to tell you. What I want to know is why. Why? That's what I want to know. I don't care about we wanted to tell you, I can explain. I just want to know why. That's all I want to know. Like, why waste a person's time like that? Only to leave them for but anyway. And then he's like, this reason, like, it still makes me laugh to this day. He's like, I only started becoming interested in her because there were guys in his grade. Because remember, he's in grade 11 at the time. There were guys in his grade who were thinking, or like who think, I don't know, like who were thinking of persuading me, something like that. He said something along those lines. He's like, no, there were guys in my grade who were interested in you, and like I couldn't handle that. Yo, Mudim, guys, like I just remember thinking, looking at this guy, and I'm like, really? That's your big reason? Like that's what you're going with? Okay, great, wonderful. Okay, like what do you do with that, guys? I was just like, I remember just standing there looking at this guy, and I'm like it's not cute. It's not. But anyway, um, sharp. So I told him, and I'm like, okay, so you broke up with me because I'm too pretty. Is that what this is? Is that, and like Preeti's standing there, like she's trying to get into this conversation. I'm like, shh, Didimala, like, dude, you call yourself my best friend and you go do me like this. Like, guys, I wasn't even mad about the fact that they cheated, because I honestly feel like at that point in time, I stopped feeling what I felt for him the first time we started talking. I honestly didn't care anymore. But hey, I just couldn't understand the reasoning behind the actual cheating when you could have just broken up with me. Like, it's really not that hard to break up with a person, you know? But anyway, so that day after school, um, I remember I was chilling in the parking lot with my friends when I was supposed to be walking home. Your girl was actually chilling, talking to her friends. And this dude is standing in the middle of the parking lot holding hands with this girl, and like they have no shame. Like they have no shame. And for some reason, I started crying. I don't even know why, but I started crying. And I was like, okay, I know why I started crying, because I'm super emotional, and I was hurt at the fact that somebody who I trust with my life, somebody who I trust with everything, would go and betray me like that and still be like, I care about you as a friend. Like, but anyway, oh, guys, that is my story time. What I learned from that entire situation is that it's always the people close to you that you need to be very, very wary of. You know, like I'm not saying don't trust people. I'm saying know where to put your trust, you know, especially if you and your friend, like a very close friend of you, know that you have the same taste in like guys in general. Don't don't be in that friendship. Don't be in that friendship because I promise you, somebody's gonna get hurt and it's not gonna be pretty and it's not gonna be cute, you know? And also, what I also learned is don't date guys who are insecure. Like the fact that he told me that he was breaking up with me because there were other guys interested. Like fact fact is nah, there's always going to be a guy or a girl who is after the person that you're in a relationship with. Always. Always. All you have to do is trust that this person is not going to make you look like a papaya behind your back and hope and pray that they don't hurt you. That's all you gotta do. You gotta hope and pray that this person respects you enough to be like, yo, there's this, like, especially when it gets out of hand, be like, yo, there's this girl that's been bugging me at work. Like, at first I thought I could handle her, but now I feel like I should bring you in as reinforcements or something like that. So just be honest, guys. Don't get into a relationship with somebody that you think is way out of your league. If you're not like confident in the fact that this person deserves to be with you or you deserve to be with this person, then please leave. Don't waste people's time. Don't waste people's time. But thank you guys for watching this video. Please give it a big thumbs up and guys, please comment. I'd like to hear your comments. If you've ever been in this situation like now things, you know, I'd like to hear from you guys and I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. Bye.